Good day, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. So it's so weird because I can't hear anything. And so when the show opened, I couldn't hear it. So I had to be like this looking to make sure I didn't miss my cue, right? So good day, Wayne. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, cowboy, back at you. Good day, mommy. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Gladys. We had a good time last night, didn't we? Yes, we had fun. My cousin Vanessa is in town with her beau and her daughter, and we got together and we had a good time. And so Gladys was there and some other girlfriends. Good day, Tim. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I love that you always say good morning to everybody, Timothy. It's so nice. So nice. So, good day, everybody. It's another scorcher here in New York. And, do what you need to do to stay cool and hydrated. And my gratitude this morning, Lindsay, I was grateful for water. I was grateful for water and how we take it for granted. We really do. We take water for granted. How accessible it is to us. We take it for granted. So yes, Nancy, it's a good day. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us again for our meditation with the moon. It was wonderful to have you and Alicia. It was great. So yesterday we had a couple of little hiccups with the broadcast. I pre-recorded, as you know, because I had to take my aunt to the doctor, and I went in to see what was going on, and all I saw was a black screen, and I was like, okay, something's happening. It will work itself out. So we're in our discipline series. And yesterday I talked about discipline with decision and choice. So I just want to recap that just for a little bit, just to remind us and myself what I said yesterday. So when we think about decision and choice, right? Decision is the act of or need for making up one's mind. And the origin, I love the origin of words, right? It literally means a cutting off. A decision is a cutting off. And then choice is to select from a number of possibilities of what you want and desire. And I love what Michael Bernard Beckwith says about this. He said, decision is cutting things out of your life, and choice is a state of consciousness you choose regardless of circumstances. And so that's been put to the test for me these last couple of days because it's hot, right? But regardless of the circumstances of the weather and the temperature, I still made the decision and chose to do what I committed to doing because I'm disciplined. Because I am disciplined, right? And so let's remember what discipline is: to bring to a state of order and obedience by training and control. And we know the only thing that we can control, Lisa, is what? Ourselves. Ourselves. What we thinking, what we saying, what we're feeling, right? What we're experiencing. Our response to how we interact with each other and the world is the only thing that we have control over. Our response, right? And I shared in a previous sip that our response to how we respond is always the thing for us to look at, to investigate, to lean into. Yes? Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. So today, as I was walking, I did like a part walk with myself and a part walk with the group that I walk with. And as I was walking, I was listening to an interview by Seth Godin. And Seth is, y'all know him. He's an entrepreneur. He writes a whole bunch of books. One of his popular books is Purple Cow. Anyway, you know how you know of someone, but you don't realize that you know of them? Because Sekou mentioned him to me before, and I was like, not familiar. But then I saw an interview of him, and I said, oh, yeah, I know this guy. I know this guy. So I was listening to the interview, and he was on Chase Garvin. If you don't know Chase Garvin, he has a really cool podcast with interesting people on it. And so Seth was his guest, and they were talking about a lot of things. But one of the things that captured me in the context of discipline is their conversation about genius. Their conversation about genius. And so this is what Seth said. And Seth was pretty much paraphrasing something that Liz Gilbert has said. You know Liz Gilbert. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love, right? Elizabeth Gilbert. Unless he's talking about another Liz Gilbert. He could be. Anyway, this is what he said. Genius is the voice in our head that is capable of doing something for the first time. It's capable of being generous. It's capable of being original. And our job is to let the genius out. We all have genius. The challenge of letting the genius out is the challenge for us of letting the genius out is that whatever it is might not work. And fear. So Sekou, you could put that back up. This is a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert. She says, keep showing up for your side of the job and give genius a chance to do its part. Right? So we have, to me, that's another way of saying we have everything that we need. So they were having this conversation, Seth and Charles. And Charles was like, there's some people who are genius. And Seth corrected him and said, we're all genius. We all have a genius within us. However, we sometimes don't choose to let the genius out, right? We don't let the genius out, mainly out of fear that we're going to fail, right? And so failure is nothing, right? Failure is an opportunity to learn, right? Do we get bruised, in the process? Sometimes we do, but we shake it off and we keep it moving, right? So our genius, I got fascinated with this idea because I was one of those people who believe that some people are a genius and some others aren't. But it was a very limiting view about what genius really is, right? The genius, we all have the genius within us because we were made as such. We were made as masterpieces, right? As masterpieces. So we have the opportunity to discipline ourselves in the mastery that we are already. And we get to choose that, right? Remember choice. There's unlimited possibilities, right? And we're selecting the things that we want to focus on and use and be in the world, right? And we're being disciplined about those choices, right? And we're allowing the master within us to lead us, to do its part. I'm so clear right now in my life that I have my part to do. And the genius, the God within me has its part to do. Because some things that happen, I'm like, how did that happen? How in the world did those things come to pass? And it comes to pass because we are opening for that to come through us. But if we're not disciplined, if we don't show up, right? If we don't show up, it could pass right by us, because we're distracted by other things that have nothing to do with what it is that we say that we want. Yes? So I was asking myself this question today. What am I disciplined in? What am I disciplined in? I'm quite disciplined in my spiritual practice. I'm becoming disciplined in getting up and moving. But I realized that the most important thing that I'm disciplined in is how I treat myself. I love me. I love me. I am disciplined about loving myself, about treating myself well, about being kind to myself, about being gentle to myself, about whispering sweet everythings to myself. I'm disciplined in that. It's a muscle that I have built over the years. And I think that's one of the most powerful disciplines that we can have, our relationship with ourselves, because we have total control over that. No one has control over how we relate to ourselves. So how are you disciplined in your relationship with yourself? I had to cut out a whole bunch of stuff. And I talk about her all the time, right? In my subconscious mind. I peel it back. Oh, let me get to that. Let me address that limiting belief. Let me address the story that I'm telling because something didn't go the way that I thought it would go. Let me address what I'm making that mean about me. So I'm disciplined about addressing the issues that come up as I go through my process, right? When I fail at something, I go through the discipline of getting clear with myself that I tried something, it didn't work out. I am not a failure. What I didn't work out. So I'm not going to beat up myself about it. So what is your discipline? When we're in school, right? That when I first went to college, everybody wanted to know, right? Oh, what's your major? What are you majoring in? What are you majoring in, right? And if you didn't know, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to your whole life, right? So it's the same thing. What are you disciplined in? What is your major? What is your major in your life right now? What are you studying? What are you interested in? Right? It's all the things that we've been talking about since April 6, 2020, y'all. Right? It's all one thing. It's all one thing. And so we just keep adding to it. We keep adding to it. So ask yourself, what am I disciplined in? And by what you spend your time and attention on throughout the day. Some of us are disciplined in watching 24-hour news. Okay. Is that in alignment with your genius? If it is, wonderful. If it isn't, then you have a decision to make. What is it that I need to cut out? And then make that choice out of the hundreds and hundreds and thousands and millions of possibilities that are available to us, right? But we have to focus, tune in, right? Tune in, fine tune it. Discipline helps us to do that. Yes? So the other piece of discipline I shared, I think on Monday, is the origins of that word is disciple, right? So what are you following? Are you following your genius? Or are you following the latest thing out there that's happening? That someone said works. So what are you following? Are you following your intuition? Are you following your wisdom? Are you following that which knows all that there is to know about you and is having a conversation with you every day? Are you listening? These are the questions that I ask myself, right? Because things come up and things will come up, right? And so it's always an opportunity for us to look at how we are relating to those things and how we are relating to ourselves, how we are relating to the genius within us that we are already. Yes? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I shared yesterday, be disciplined in your decision to make a conscious choice about living a life as a disciple of what? You fill in the blank. What are you following? As a disciple of my genius is how I would answer that question today. So that's the invitation, y'all. That's the invitation. Look at what you are disciplined in. If you don't like it, cut it out. Make the decision to cut it out. Literally, cut it out. And then make choices that are in alignment with that which you seek to be disciplined in. And then every day, as a practice, build your relationship with the genius within you. A healthy, loving relationship with yourself. All right, y'all. So that's what we got today. We're going to continue with the discipline series tomorrow, and we'll see what comes forth. I'm going to have a bedtime intention with my genius tonight and see what surfaces in the morning. How about we all do that? Let's set a bedtime intention with our genius tonight to just bring forth some information for us. That's it. Genius, what would you like for me to know? And see what comes in the morning. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're living life in joy, connected to our yes. And it's time for some joy news. It's time for some joy news. All right, y'all. So let's see. This is Wednesday. All right, Sunday, y'all. Sunday, living life in joy. I don't have a guest yet, but you know what? I know a guest is coming. I know a guest is coming. I think 4th of July is a busy thing for folks. So we'll see what happens. But the show must go on. Maybe my guest will be my genius. So tune in Sunday, 10:30 a.m. for Living Life in Joy, right here where you're watching me now. Mark your calendars for the next meditation with the moon. The next meditation with the moon is Friday, July 9th, 4 a.m. Eastern Time. All right? And I'll remind y'all as we get closer. All right. So this is what I've been excited to share with you all today. So you all know about Sekou's birthday challenge. And if you don't know, I don't know how you don't know. So I said I was going to wait until the end of the month to tally up all of my miles. And Sekou's doing the same thing. He's having a contest. See if you could guess. And so I tallied mine up today after I did today's walk. And guess what? Guess how many miles I did? How many miles you think I did? And I'm going to share. Thank you, Nancy. Oh, 1 a.m. your time. So you're on the West Coast, are you? Oh, well, I am super excited that you are getting up or maybe not going to sleep and joining us. Thank you so much. So how many miles you think I did total for the month of June? Now, mind you, I started late in the challenge. I started on the 5th. So I decided that I'm going to keep it going for at least this part for 5 more days because I want to have the full 30 days. But I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep doing something throughout my birthday month, which is in October. So I'm going to keep it going. And I'm surprised that I'm enjoying walking so much. I didn't think I would like really like it. I really do. All right. So I don't see anybody putting how many miles they think I've done, or there's a lag. So I'm going to tell y'all. But before I tell y'all, I also tallied up how many. Oh, Dad, girl, nowhere close to that. Oh, my goodness. It's only been, I tallied out the number of days. So it's been 12 days. It's been within that period, it's been 12 days because I committed to moving, right? So some days I'll do jumping jacks. I'll do, different things. Anyway, let me tell y'all, I did 52.81 miles of walking this month. And for 12 days, spread out throughout the month. Lindsay, yes. 52.81 miles. Yes, I was shocked. I was shocked. So within that, I did 3 10Ks, and I did 9 5Ks. Amazing, right? So that's what discipline can do for us, right? Thank you, Nancy. That's what discipline and making a decision. I had to cut out some stuff, right? I had to cut out some things and then choosing to get up and do it, to move, right? To move. And sometimes, you know how she get. But I had to be committed and disciplined. Yes? Yes. So thank you, Sekou, for my gift from your birthday. Thank you for that. And I got an award. I don't know what I did with it now. Oh, I think I took it upstairs. Yeah, I had my Juneteenth medal. That was so exciting to me for completing a 5K on Juneteenth. So yes, it's just an amazing thing. So speaking of the challenge, a part of the challenge is also, well, it's not part of the challenge, but it's part of the whole hero movement, hero ministry, is the Joy sock drive that I am a part of with the hero movement. And so I want to shout out Vanessa, Lindsay, Simone, and my mom for purchasing your Joy socks. Where are my Joy socks at? Here we go. There we go. There's Nan wearing them. Yes, the Joy socks. So 100% of the proceeds is going to the hero movement, and Sekou will be making contributions to organizations who support the unhoused. So that's just so important. And I'm so excited about that. So if you haven't done it yet, please go to my Etsy store, iamrevmelissa on Etsy, and make your purchase. Because I committed to 10 and we're at 5 still. We're at 5. So we have the rest of all today to get the other 5. And I know the Congregation of Joy can make it happen. All right, y'all. So let's bring up Sekou real quick and see what's going on.
So I don't know if people can hear me.
Oh, you know what? I can't hear him. This so sucks for me. Wait, I'm going to take out my thing for a minute, and then
People can put in the chat if they can hear me or not. If they can't hear me, we'll just come back tomorrow, because I had technical difficulties with my show, which was cut off earlier today. Look at Tim. Look at Tim. All right. Look at that. That's amazing. Tim is crushing it. Oh, Nan can hear me. Oh, they can hear me. They can hear me. Huh? They can hear me. All right, so I'll say a couple things, even though you can't hear me, Reverend Bell. So first of all, sorry to those of you that tuned in for the Hero Show earlier today. I'm not sure what happened. It just, the screen went blank for me and then just vanished. So I will come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And I got so much to say. I had a whole list of things I wanted to say today because today's the last day of the challenge. I had a whole list. So I'm not going to take up all of Rev Mel's show saying what I was going to say. But thank you to those of you who participated in the challenge. As Rev Mel said, it doesn't have to end today. Like my commitment to myself was to run. I'm going to use the new language. It was to run at least a mile every single day for the month of June. I did that this month. I'm proud of myself. I ended my month at the same place I began it. I began on June 1st by running a hiking trail. And today I ran that same hiking trail. There's a whole story there that hopefully you heard earlier today, but if not, I'll tell it again tomorrow. So anyway, I think that's it. Please support the movement, the Hero Ministry, as Rev Mel calls it. And I'm going to put her back in because she doesn't know what her cue is since she can't hear me. So I'm going to put her back in. Please tune in to the Hero Show every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to hear me talk about the Hero Ministry and everything else. All right, later.
It's so weird because when I unplug my mic, I can hear you, but when I plug it in, I can't hear you. It's weird. All right, y'all. So there's the update. Please tune in to the Hero Show. Is that what the Hero Show tomorrow, 10 a.m. to hear more about what's happening and what has happened. Oh, Julian, it's so good to see you here. So thank y'all all for being with me live today. Apologies for yesterday. I understand the full show is up. So if you missed it or you dropped off because we were having technical difficulties, please go back and watch yesterday's show. I delve more into the whole decision and choice conversation. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Please contribute, make donations to New Thought Media Network. You can do so at their website, ntmedia.org, so that they can continue to expand the positivity that they are spreading across the internet, right? It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So shout out to Red Robert and his whole team for doing what they do. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.